uh, spirit is about something which you can't see, which is a very, very subtle. But in body, human body, the subtle controls the stool, subtle controls the gross. In mechanical things, the bigger you are, the more powerful you are, the more visible you are, you control the smaller things. But in body, it's just the reverse. The subtle controls the gross. So in that, everything in body, everything in our performance, thought drives us, not hand. What can hand do? Hand can do a few things, but without command, it can do nothing. So what we're talking about, the body is composed of spirit and matter. And if we go further in the body, we talked about two wondrous equipment. We talked about mind and we talked about intellect. And if you remember, if you recall, we said mind is the seat of experience. All good, bad, ugly, jealousy, all thoughts coming, going, all pairs of opposite. We call it Dvandvas, all pairs of opposites, where heat, cold, good, bad, tall, short, hot, cold, the weather, anything which you experience, which are opposites, are experienced by mind. And all our activity, the physical gross activity is a result of mind guiding the body. So body on its own is nothing but a contraption. It's like a car. Car cannot go on its own. Car has ability to travel the entire world. But car can car go anywhere? On its own? No, it can't. You have to sit in the car and drive it. Drive it as it suits you or wherever you want to go. So the mind drives the body. And this mind is subtle. This mind is not visible. This mind is parked in your brain somewhere. Based on your inputs into the mind. How does inputs come to the mind? Through our senses. If you remember last time we talked about that there are sensory, perception, and action. We gave 5: perception, eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and skin. These are the 5 senses. So these senses bring experience to the mind. On its own, mind can know nothing. On its own, mind has no knowledge of anything. But you give that knowledge to the mind, and that experience which mind stores. Now, there are 2 kinds of knowledge. One which you perceive. Like when you look at the elephant outside, what you are seeing from your eyes, your mind is perceiving. But sometime when you are sleeping in the night, the mind sees the elephant. That is not coming through senses to the mind. Whatever memory mind had, so it's known as pratibhasik, or it's a reflection in the mind of your experiences. So when you see the elephant with your eyes, mind perceives the elephant and says, oh God, he's a wild animal, run. Then the entire body starts running. And when the eye sees elephant, and mind says, don't worry, it's a local trained pet elephant. Don't run. Go and pet him. Go and feed him banana. So both experiences of running away and feeding the elephant comes from the mind. So mind is the truly driver. He is your bike driver. Bike is your body. So that mind, which is sitting on the bike and driving the bike, can take the bike anywhere it wants. So the mind, which is provided inputs from the external world through your senses, that experience which mind has is a knowledge which gets stored, and depending on you, who you are, your mind is, you live your life accordingly. So you become yes.
Unpack last sentence little bit. Explain last
I will.
sentence a little bit more
I will. I
because
will.
we all
Today,
are at very different level.
yeah.
Last
Today I will
sentence.
talk about today in next couple of 4 or 5 lectures. I'll only talk about mind, because the entire world which you are watching is nothing but your mind. They say, they have gone to the extent of saying the world does not exist. It only exists in your mind. If you shut your eyes, if you shut your senses, the world disappears. They've gone to that extent of denying the world. So obviously, it is not the denial to the world, it's your mind. So the mind, whatever it experiences, it becomes a custodian of that. And then it leads to certain actions. And whatever action it leads to is your life. Clear so far?
Yes.
So, the mind, as we know, is nothing but transaction of thoughts. You wake up in the morning. The moment you wake up, how many thoughts come and go? In fact, they start coming in before you wake up fully. And we believe that all my thoughts are me. Then you have a desire for a cup of tea or coffee. Then you want to go for a walk. And then you come back and you want to have whatever breakfast is served because you are hungry. Who is driving it? Mind. So mind as a driver is your life, is your character, is your habit, is everything in life. Whatever you have done is nothing but your mind. Now, the second wondrous equipment we talked about is intellect. Mind is, we talked in last couple of classes, is uncontrolled. It's like we compared it with the fire. That like fire, if you throw one log, it'll burn. Throw entire city, it'll burn. Throw entire forest, it'll burn. So is mind. Minds want to experience everything as long as and it never gets satisfied. The problem with mind is that it starts small, but as it gets fed more and more, it needs more and more to stay satiated. Example, that when you started experimenting with a cigarette or alcohol, you had a fun one peg, first peg. First peg you enjoyed. Then 2 peg you got drunk and you were very happy. If you keep on drinking, after 5 years, 10 peg also you don't get drunk. But in the process, your liver gets packed. Your liver gets completely destroyed. So there's that's something known as neutralization. When you keep on doing certain things again and again, you get neutralized to that. So that same quantity which was good today is not good tomorrow. You need more. You need more. You need more. You need more. Like fire. So you are constantly chasing whatever your mind wants continuously. Small example. When you see children sometime in a mall, they start crying for a toy. You don't give them a toy, they start fighting with their parents. And if they don't get still, they start crying, howling, and go on the floor, and they keep on shouting and screaming with the parents. So around a month back or so, I was in one of the airport. So same, I was standing in front, behind me was a young couple, maybe 30, 35. They had a daughter who was probably 7, 8 year old. So she wanted something red, but available was something green. So father got green and gave it to her. She started shouting and screaming. Father was trying to tell her that I'm sorry, it's not available in the market. How do I? This shop does not have it. My mother was very embarrassed. So I turned her towards her. I said, "Don't bother. Don't bother. Just keep quiet." She said, "No, but so many people are around." I said, "That's your problem. Don't bother. Just stand still and tell her firmly, no, you will not get it." Mother said, "Then what will other think?" I said, "They will think nothing. They will think you're a good mother." She said, "Really?" I said, "Yes. You are not embarrassed in saying to your daughter that that's enough. I will not buy for you." And that's what she did. The daughter looked at me, looked at mother, and kept quiet and never asked for anything. She took the green one. Then I told her, "If you don't like green one, I'll ask your father to go and return it." Then she thought I did not get red, and now green also will be lost. She quickly held on to it and kept quiet. This mind. Her mind went on a strike, and mother of mind thought that because she's crying, so entire people standing there will think that she's not a good mother. It's all mind. It got sorted in 30 seconds when I spoke to her. And she was very grateful afterwards to me. They walked up to me and thanked me. I said, "This is what you have to every time say no to her." Any parent who has not said no to the child has only destroyed the child. Because the child is not his own. It is his mind which is demanding. You have to say no. This is exactly how intellect works in you. When you want to smoke, intellect said, "Don't smoke." You don't listen. We ignore the adult in us. We don't want to listen to him because so much of fun in smoking or drinking or whatever I am doing. Whatever I am doing. But remember, what looks good in the beginning is bad in the end. And what is bad in the beginning is good in the end. Mind does not know it. Mind lives for that moment. Intellect has a far-reaching thought, logic. Intellect is logical. Intellect is a questions. It's so difficult to exercise in the morning, to get up and walk. It's so difficult to control that how much biryani I will eat. When biryani comes, I feel as if there's no tomorrow. I want to eat everything today. And we jump at it and start eating. We all have done it at some point of time in our life. But because the intellect was not developed, we were only living with mind. Some people do not know it even today. They may be, yes, Satyan, you are on mute.
Yeah. May I just get a very quick feedback from the participants whether they understand the difference between the mind and intellect? Very quick feedback. Deepika, what do you think? Mind and intellect, are they same or different? One line answer.
Deepika, you're on mute.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So, uh, no, they are, uh, uh, no, 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 or the s- uh, same.
Hmm.
So the the uh, 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 the uh, the 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 uh, there's uh, l- l- there's a lot of uh, dif difference bit bit between the two.
Thank you, Deepika. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I just wanted to make sure that we are unanimous about these terms, intellect and mind. Yatharth, can you summarize the difference between intellect and mind in one line?
I
Intel.
will try to.
Yes,
I
go
will
on.
try to. Yeah. So, mind is where the intellect comes from, I would say, and uh, like it is a subset of the mind, intellect.
Hmm, hmm.
Intellect makes us think what is wrong and what is right, I think, and that comes from the brain itself. So yeah, I think that is something I understand from that.
Okay, thank you so much, Yatharth.
Also,
Thank you, sir. Yeah,
also I had a question for Alok sir, if I may ask right now or later.
we can take
Ask.
questions later on, huh? Later? Shall
No,
we,
let him
Alok?
ask Sachin.
Acha,
Let him
okay,
take.
yes, go on, Yatharth.
So
Go
we
on.
can clarify it as it is going
Yes,
on. Yeah.
yes, 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 yes.
All right, yeah. So, it is something about a line that you said that things that are good right now uh, are maybe bad later, and the things that are bad right now are good later. But like we haven't seen what lays ahead of us. Like if I take an example of smoking cigarettes, uh, yeah, we know that it is bad later in the life, but like cancer can happen to anyone. So how do I reason with that and make our mind go in that direction that smoking is more bad? Because a thought has come to my mind that cancer can happen to anyone and life is unpredictable. So this is my question, that how do I reason with that?
So specifically about smoking is does lead to cancer, no doubt about that. There is enough evidence to that. But even if the tobacco also causes mouth cancers, that's a very late stage. But smoking also causes bronchitis. It also causes lung damage. It causes coughing, bronchiectasis. There's so many problems which smoking happens. Smoking gives rise to blood pressure, high blood pressure, stroke. It end organ damages. So those are demonstrated and demonstrable. And also it costs you money. Same money, now cigarettes are very expensive. Same money, if you save, you can give food to your child. You can buy something good for yourself. So you can live a better life, quality life. So that it's a question of how the money get distributed instead of going to the companies who are manufacturing cigarettes and taking lots of tons of profit from you. If you get spent to your own family and kith and kin, then you are better off. So there are many ways it can help and support you if you stop smoking. It is not just the health alone. So,
Yeah,
uh,
like like that was an example, but I was saying that life in general is unpredictable. So you can't predict that a thing that is good for us right now will be bad later in the life. All I'm saying is, how do I reason with that? That because life is unpredictable. You can't predict life. If you are doing everything right, there is a chance that things can go wrong in the future too. So, how do I process that?
Yatharth, what do you do?
By profession, I am a data engineer and I'm working in Gurgaon right now.
So, do you save money?
Yeah, I do.
Why? Life is so unpredictable.
uh, yeah,
Do you
that
did
is
you did
the
you cook did you cook food? Did you buy rice for tomorrow?
yeah. I have
Why?
save
Why
like
life is so unpredictable? You should have bought for that day only.
I'm
You should
understanding your point.
understand the unpredictability of life. Perfectly all right. But can't live in the fear of unpredictability. That's not on. If you live in that, you are giving it a mind again. You have the fear has engulfed you. I know that I'm going to grow old and die. Right. Slowly, I'll lose faculty. If I just sit at home that I'm going to grow old and die and not take a class, I don't know that how much benefit you all will get from this class. I have no clue. I don't know. But I will do what is right. It is to teach you something which is good for you. I'll do it. I don't know how much you'll understand. So unpredictable. Many times, many of you don't turn up. You're taking class only for one person. Doesn't matter. You do right things in life for you and for the society. Though it is unpredictable, you are absolutely right in saying that. But I cannot not work with the doomsday prophecy that because the doomsday coming, I should do nothing. No. Till I breathe, till I am alive, till I'm in that job, till the last day on my job, till 5 o'clock, I will write my files. I know that I've resigned. Does not mean that I'll not go to office. Till the last day, I'll go to the office and I will do my work. The day I finish my work, 5 o'clock, I submit everything, walk out with the grace and comfort that I did whatever was to be done. If I know I'm going to die tomorrow, I will make sure that whatever I do today should be done properly. In fact, what you said is right. Live a life as if it is your last day in life. Then your thought process is much better and cleaner. But it's not a fearful working. It's a working with the full heart and soul in it. So that's again mind. So the mind conjectures a lot of scenario in your mind. See, if I take you to a different level, which I want to take it to with you over a period of time, you create a world around you. You create a world of fear. You create a world of rich and poor. You create a world of Hindu, Muslim. You create a world of rich and poor. You create a world of people who have money, people who don't have money. These are all created in our mind first, then we live with this. If you are walking on a road, crossing, and you're walking, you are crossing a bus stand, a beautiful girl is standing there. Your dream girl, as you wanted the girl to be, she's standing there in that dress. When you're walking by, you look at her. When you reach home, you keep on thinking about her. Next morning, same time, you are again crossing the bus stand to see her, whether she's there or not. If she's there, you start following her. Then one day you give her a paper, I love you. And if she reads it and laughs, then third day also you go. Fourth day you go to her house. 10th day you meet her father. 50th day you marry her. After 5 years, you have got 2 children. They have grown up, they have become doctor and engineer, whatever may they have become. And you have lived a life. On the day one, when you're passing that girl, you saw a girl, You said, I'm busy. I have to take care of my career. This is not important to me. Drink a glass of water, that girl disappears. She goes into the boom. She's not there anymore. You married somebody else later on in life, had different children. What happened? Is it true or false? Do you think this can happen or not happen, Yatharth? So
Yeah.
which is true?
I mean, there are endless possibilities to life, and how you do actions take you to different routes at any point in life. Right? That's what I could understand from that.
Correct. And whatever you have done was created by you. I give a small example, one more example. Very common example I'll give you. You went to a shop. We have a shop here known as Meat Ka Badshah. He serves all kinds of mutton curry. So you go there, you have meat and rumali roti. You loved it. It was so tasty, so good. You enjoyed. You went home, you told your mother, Mom, today I had that meat ka badshah, meat curry was fabulous. You are eating second time. Now you're mentally eating. You ate physically, now you're mentally eating. In the night when you're sleeping, say, look, I'll take my girlfriend or my boyfriend, or I'll take my best friend. There's third time eating. Next day when you're passing by, you saw the meat ka badshah. Oh, this is where I ate. I will take XYZ again there tomorrow. You go there again tomorrow. There's a fourth time eating. When you go fifth time with a friend, you eat again. You see, you really ate twice, but 5 times you ate mentally. Now, that world of meat ka badshah is a real world. If that thought was not there in your mind, where this thought germinated in your mind? If you had discarded, no, I'm vegetarian, I don't eat. Meat ka badshah would have fallen down, crumpled, disappeared from your world. Right? So, it's your mind which creates everything. So, who you are is your mind. The doubts are in your mind. Because you think your thoughts and your doubts are in your mind, you take a charge of it. Say, I am that. My life is uncertain. Everybody's life is unpredictable. That becomes a convincing thought. Intellect will come over it. He says, Arey Baba, I know, everybody knows. But because I will die, does not mean I will stop living my life. That's intellect. The problem with intellect and mind you are born with. Intellect you are not born with. It has to be developed. You have to exercise. You have to keep on questioning. You have to question your father, respect them, love them. Don't think for a moment if you're questioning. Harun, you want to ask a question? Okay, I saw something. Sorry. So you love your parents, you respect them, but question them. Questioning is an act of love. Like discipline is an act of love. Like father can slap his son because he wants to discipline him and he loves him. So is child can ask question to a father because he has a doubt. Where does he go? So questioning is a right way of developing your intellect. So it is very. Satyen, you want to ask something?
No, you carry on. After that, I'll just take 1 minute. When you finish.
Yeah. So mind you are born with, likes, dislikes. I want this toy. I don't want this toy. Mind, but the moment you say, I don't like, your mind is in play. I ask why you don't like bhai. What happened to you? No, I don't like coffee, I like tea. What is wrong with the coffee? Half the world drink coffee. Why you don't like? No, I don't like. I don't know why I don't like, but I don't like. A lot of people will give you answer. Na? I was studying in a middle college. Myself and Dr. Satyendra, we are both classmates and we are doctors. So I was studying in a middle college and we had a fixed tailor. Entire middle college used to get, and with the middle college, the engineering college, and there are a few more colleges around. He was very well known, Muslim gentleman, very decent, very kind. We've never had money half the time. He will not take money from us. We'll give money after 3 months. Sometimes we didn't give money. He'll come back after 1 year, sir, you did not pay us. Oh, sorry. I'll give you on so and so date. So one day I went to him with that time there was no ready-made pants. Huh? You had to get the pants stitched. So I went with a cloth. I bought a cloth and went to him, gave it to him. Then he looked at me, oh, middle college. I said, yes. He said, I stopped stitching for doctors. I said, what are you saying? He said, no, I don't stitch for doctors. I said, why? What happened? Have we not paid you? Have we run away with your money? Or we are done something which is not good? Tell me now. He said, no, I don't stitch for doctors. So I said, explain to me. I sat there for half an hour. Then he told me why. He says, one of your doctor colleague, I had a colleague, bit crazy fellow. He says he gave me 2 pants to stitch. So I stitched his pants and gave it to him. Then after 1 week, he came back. I said, I don't like your pant. Bad stitching. So he said, why? So he said, no, it's just bad stitching. So master, we used to call a tailor master. The master sahab asked him, what is wrong with the pant? Is it short? It is long? It is tight? It is... He said, no, I don't know all that. But when I wear it, I don't look good. Then he said, I have no answer. Look at yourself for that, not on my pants. So that's a mind. He has no reason. And we all laughed and laughed. We went and beaten him, that boy. That because of you, we have pants on stitch, go and apologize. So he went and apologized, and then he started stitching for all of us again. Getting good tailor was a very, very difficult task at that time. Who is free to stitch it for you and give you in 2-3 days' time. So what I'm saying, it's a mind. Mind does not know why. Mind does not know why it is doing it. If you knew why would you drink? Tell me. If you knew, why would you eat double? If you had logic working, why will you eat sweets when you are diabetic? If your mind knew everything, then why would it do something which is foolish? Because mind has no control over it. Mind lives a free life, likes and dislikes. मुझे गर्मी अच्छी नहीं लगती, मुझे सर्दी अच्छी लगती। अब साले को सर्दी तो 3 महीना ही रहेगी भाई, बाकी 9 महीना क्या होगा? कैसे रहोगे? That's mind. Intellect tells mind that you have to manage, you have to live, you have to adjust to the world. World will never serve you. You have to change yourself to accommodate to the world. That comes from intellect. But intellect has to be groomed, practiced. Sometimes good things have to be left because that's not good for you truly. So between the mind and intellect, mind you are born, a child is born with a mind. 8-month-old child who can't speak a word. You give him something which he doesn't like. You give him milk, he will drink. You give him a sour grape juice, he will spit. He'll refuse, he'll turn his face to the other side. Why? Small child, 8 months. He's born with a mind. His body refuses to do something. You try to lift him when he's with his mother, he starts crying. Why? The mind loves mother. Nobody, no external person. So you have a fully developed mind, but no intellect. So Intellect comes at the age of 10, 11. And that is time when you start questioning. When the children start asking, why? Why? Why should I go to school? I will not go to school. Why do you give me Maggie every day? Mother's also very happy making Maggie nowadays. 2 minutes and food is ready. Child says, no, I don't want to eat Maggie every day. Give me pasta. Why is he saying that? Why you want to have different food every day? Why can't you eat the same food every day? Why can't you have the same rice, dal, sabji every day? Why you need to have chicken or mutton or egg? Without fish, I can't eat. I'm a vegetarian. I eat vegetarian at home. A lot of my friends come. Many of them don't come because I don't serve non-veg. I'm happy they don't come. That's their choice, not my choice. Because they're controlled by the mind. What is there in the food? It's only 3 inches. 3 inches which gives you taste. Before and after, there's no taste. For 3 inches, you give up your life. People have died trying to get the good food. So it's all mind.
I'll just invite Dheeraj. I think he had a question. Dheeraj, do you have a question? Dheeraj Punia. Dheeraj, can you hear me?
No, sir, I do not have any questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dheeraj. So I'll just summarize these couple of ideas which I have heard and which I think are very important. The one idea which Alok mentioned was repetition of thoughts. So as he said that if you eat biryani, then you are eating it, then you come home and then you think about it, then you talk about it, then you praise it to someone else. And that is how one eating becomes like eating 5 times the same thing. So those repetitions create a kind of a favorable environment for that particular item in your mind, and which in Hindi we call sanskar. So repetition of thoughts become your sanskar, and they make sure that you will do that activity again and again more often. So even though things are very unpredictable, as Yatharth said, but if you are thinking about something again and again, then you are making it like a more predictable pattern in your life. Even though on the whole life is very unpredictable. I may have coffee today, but why should I have coffee tomorrow? But I will have coffee again if I keep on thinking about coffee. So a repetition of thoughts is an important factor. And second thing which Alok mentioned was intellect we develop by asking questions. We are not born with this facility. So when children start asking questions, instead of getting upset, we should think, wonderful, my child is developing intellect by asking difficult questions. So intellect we develop, and we have to develop if we want to lead a good life. And third thing was about mind. That mind plays a very important role in our life because everything is mind. And there's an old school which used to say that our mind is like a mirror. So whatever you are seeing is only a reflection in the mirror. So much so that they say that your own body itself is a reflection in that mirror. And the reflection in the mirror is only a reflection, not the reality. So if I show you a very beautiful cake in the mirror, you cannot eat that cake because it is inside the mirror. Uh, so mind is one very important factor which decides what kind of life we are going to live. Good life, unhappy life. So these are the three things. Mind is more like a collection of likes and dislikes. A child is born with that. Intellect is we develop as we start using a little bit of analysis and asking questions. So back to Alok. Thank you, Alok.
Thank you, Satyen. So I think if there are more questions, I'll take it. But before that, I want to leave you with one thought. Time has come for you to challenge your own all beliefs you have held very close to your heart. Put them, I'm not saying that discard them, but filter them with logic. Why am I doing it? Why am I going to temple 5 times? Why am I worshipping 3 times? Why do I fast? I'm not saying don't do that. Go to temple, please. Go to mosque. Wherever you want to go, go. But ask, why am I doing it? Why am I wearing this clothes on a so-and-so particular date? Why do I do this? Why I do that? Why, whatever. You challenge yourself with all your beliefs held so far and go deeper and deeper into logic. Then your intellect, it's this the way to practice your intellect. Then intellect will become stronger and stronger and stronger. And with this very strong intellect, you will live a life which is very objective, which will be very, it's known as Shakshi. You look at the world dispassionately. There's no passion in looking at the world, very dispassionately, very objectively. And that will make you very peaceful in your heart and soul. The purpose of this, what we are doing, is not to make you ABC, just to experience peace in your own heart. Okay. If there are any questions, I have to take it.
Yes. So anybody, any questions? And before you ask question, in fact, I should ask you a question. So we all have been saying that mind plays a central role in our life. So does anyone sort of disagree with that, or do you have your own observation on that? I mean, we are saying that body is one thing, of course, senses are another thing, and then there's mind. So, does mind have a central place in our life? I mean, as I said earlier, that everything, our thoughts, our hates, likes, dislikes, everything is a reflection in the mirror of the mind. Mind is a real thing. Mind is a central thing. We are not talking about spirit. We are saying that mind is a central thing. So does everyone agree with that? Or do you have any other question?
Yeah.
Deepika. Yeah, go
At
on.
yeah, it's Yatharth.
Yes.
At some point, I disagree that sometimes we there's a हम लोग एक दूसरे को कहते हैं और अपने आप को भी कहते हैं कि आ, आ, अब सोच मत बस कर ले. There's like when we do something that is scary or that is out of our comfort zone or something like that, हम कहते हैं कि अब सोच मत ज्यादा, don't use your intellect so much, just do it. So at that point, this intellect thing just fails. We sometimes we just do things. So this is where I disagree with that. Always think and always use your intellect.
लेकिन यथार्थ जो ये कह रहा है कि सोच मत कर ले, वो भी इंटेलेक्ट ही है.
हाँ मतलब
और वो इंटेलेक्ट वो इसलिए ऐसा कह रहा है क्योंकि इंटेलेक्ट को मालूम है कि वी हैव ए हिस्ट्री ऑफ overthinking and postponing things. So it's a psychological trick which mind is playing on us. Because mind को मालूम है कि अगर तुमने ज्यादा सोचा तो तुम कभी नहीं कर पाओगे. तो इसीलिए माइंड कह रहा है कि सोच मत कर ले. तो दिस ऑल्सो इज ए फंक्शन ऑफ इंटेलेक्ट. दिस ऑल्सो इज ए साइकोलॉजिकल ट्रिक विच वेयर माइंड इज सेइंग कि अब ज्यादा सोचोगे तो पोस्टपोन कर डालोगे और नहीं होगा, इसलिए सोचो मत कर डालो. तो इंटेलेक्ट इज स्टिल प्लेइंग ए बिग रोल देयर. It is your intellect which knows and therefore is saving you from the dangers of procrastination, from the dangers of postponing things, from the dangers of thinking too much and then withdrawing in the shell of fear. डर के मारे कि अरे अब भी नहीं होगा मुझसे. तो उन सबसे बचाने के लिए इंटेलेक्ट तुम्हारी मदद कर रहा है ये कह के कि यथार्थ सोच मत कर डाल, क्योंकि उसे मालूम है कि यथार्थ को अगर समय दिया तो यथार्थ बहुत सोचेगा, पोस्टपोन कर देगा. ठीक
Known
है.
as paralysis by analysis.
हाँ,
You
पैरालिसिस बाय
get
एनालिसिस.
paralyzed by analyzing it. So the
Yes.
intellect steps in and says that stop thinking. Just go ahead
हाँ
and do it.
दीपिका हैज गॉट अ क्वेश्चन. दीपिका पूछिए और जोर से.
s- 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 Sir, uh, uh, actually, it is uh, d- d difficult to keep asking, asking, uh, asking. So, uh, uh, mm, uh, we we don't know n- n- know uh, what to ask. So th uh, yeah.
Yeah.
हाँ
The,
Mhm.
because if you don't know what is there, how will you ask that what is there? If you have been told, so you have to stimulate yourself. You have to counter question. Why am I going to school? Chalo. Simple question. Why am I going to school?
Ye-
You have to ask some very traditional held belief. Why do I fast on Mondays?
Okay.
Ask.
Mm,
Why it is that I have to get up and have tea in the morning? Can I have tea afterwards?
okay.
Why am I getting egg on breakfast in breakfast? Start asking simple questions. Start challenging basic things. You're not doing it because you are questioning it. You are doing it to find the answer, which will help you in finding answer everywhere else.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Satyen, you were saying something?
हाँ. I just want to say one more thing to Deepika, and in fact to all of us. Why don't we close our eyes and remember how many questions we asked when we were children? जब हम 6 साल के थे, 7 साल के थे, when we were kids, how how much curious we were. We had so many questions. The moment we'll see something, we used to ask, ये कैसे काम करता है, ये क्या है, वो क्या है, ऐसा क्यों है? So what happened to that Sachin or that Deepika, who was full of questions, है ना? And also who was full of joy of learning. We were so curious about each and everything. The moment somebody gave us a toy, the first thing we'll do is to open it up and see what was inside, how did it work, how does it make that noise. And that is how we were learning as children. And of course, there were some bad experiences. The toy which we opened up to see how it works never worked again. And then we got a big scolding कि तुमने तोड़ दिया ये अच्छी खासी घड़ी लाए थे. And because of those because of those 1 or 2% of bad experiences, we stopped asking questions. And when we stop asking questions, we become more like a robot, like a machine. The society says you should do this, and without asking questions, we said, "Okay, my lord, we'll do this." The society, the family, the relatives, everyone, guides you, controls you, and says, and you never stop to ask questions. And that is how our life becomes what it has become now, pretty meaningless. Because we have become like a automated machines, programs. We have become living programs. सुबह उठ के ऑफिस चले जाना है, पैसे कमाना है, पैसे खर्च करना है, और बस यही करना है.
Yes,
So
sir.
are you getting so did you get your answer now, Deepika? Your question was
S-
how to keep challenging, है ना?
s- s- uh,
Then I have
at,
to leave. My
ye-
physiotherapist is here. Okay, you
yes.
continue, please. Okay.
हाँ
ye-
हाँ. Yeah, okay. Alok, are you leaving? Your physiotherapist
Yeah,
is
I've
here?
got my physiotherapist is here. I have to leave.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alok. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so before winding up, we will take some more questions. And so Deepika, your question was how to keep challenging. So answer now. Do you know how to keep challenging yourself by asking
So
questions?
actually, I think I need um, uh, more um, p- per 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 rectus, yeah, in asking questions, uh, j- questions.
Yes, Deepika, yes. So basically the thing is we have to keep asking questions. So it could be morning, it could be evening when we sit down. कहाँ यहाँ बैठो यहाँ बैठो बैठो हाँ, ये he is my host. His name is Lama Bichi. मैंने आपकी बात करा दी मैं अभी आ रहा हूँ 1 मिनट देना मेरे को मैं आ जाता हूँ हाँ यस हाँ so Deepika so basically it means that whenever we sit quiet we can take a pen and paper and we can ask questions. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? And you can also ask, why am I feeling bad? X said this, Y said that, Z did that. But why am I feeling bad? मुझे क्या तकलीफ हो रही है? मैं क्यों परेशान हो रहा हूँ? So when you start asking your feelings and your actions, you are on the way to become a better human being. Okay. Harun wanted to say something.
यस, मैं ये
Sorry.
कहना चाह रहा था कि जब हम माइंड को यूज करते हैं तो हम डिफरेंट इमोशंस हमारे आ जाते हैं और हम अपनी जिंदगी में फैसले लेते हैं। लेकिन जब हम इंटेलेक्ट को यूज करते हैं तो हम इमोशंस को सप्रेस कर लेते हैं और अपनी जिंदगी में फैसले लेते हैं। तो इमोशंस भी हमारी लाइफ में काफी अहम होते हैं। तो हम उनको किस तरह बैलेंस करें कि हम अपनी जिंदगी में अच्छे फैसले ले सके।
मुझे लगता है हारून कि इमोशंस में अपने आप में कोई बुराई नहीं है इमोशंस आर नॉट बैड इन इट सेल्फ बट only problem is when we are totally controlled by emotions when we are totally driven by emotions so therefore they say that as long as your life is in balance like bird flying with two wings so one wing can be emotions and the other wing is the intellect. So when the intellect and the emotions are in balance, then life is good. For example, when you see your child, you are full of emotion of love. That emotion is totally fine. But if that child has grown up and now has moved away from you, and now that emotion is making you full of hate, why my son doesn't talk to me? Okay, it is his wife who is driving him away from me, and then you feel full of hatred for your son and his wife. Why? Simply because they are living their own life in a different city. They refuse to come and pay you visit. Then the emotions have become a problem. So this is why emotions and intellect both are needed for a balanced, happy life. Some emotions definitely, and lot of reasoning and thinking also. That my son, he was in love with me, I was in love with him. Now he's a grown-up man. Now he's living his own life. Maybe he's very busy. He doesn't get time to call me as much as I would want him to. It's okay then. Then he also is happy, you also are happy. But otherwise, when emotions are given free reign, free, total freedom, then emotions can easily make our life hell. Make our life hell and also make life hell for people who are living next to us. Wife, children, family, उनकी जिंदगी भी हम तबाह कर देते हैं क्योंकि हमारे इमोशंस पे हमारा कोई कंट्रोल नहीं रहा. ओके सो एनी मोर क्वेश्चंस? हाँ सार्थक का सवाल है. सार्थक बोलिए सार्थक. उसके बाद मैं यथार्थ के पास आ रहा हूँ.
हाँ जी सर। हाँ जी सर, तो ये एक मेरा सवाल था कि हमारे साथ ऐसा होता है कि हम अगर एक चीज के बारे में बार बार और सोचते हैं तो फिर हम वो चीज को उतना ज्यादा सही से हम नहीं कर पाते। तो पर हमें वैसा होना हो ये और चाहिए कि हम जिस चीज के बारे में सोच रहे हैं हम तो फिर वो चीज तो हमारी और ज्यादा अच्छे से होनी और चाहिए। पर फिर वो उससे उससे उल्टा होता है। हम जिस चीज के बारे में ज्यादा सोचते हैं वो वाली चीज उतनी ही ज्यादा खराब होती है। तो ये ऐसा क्यों होता है?
हाँ सार्थक, इसकी वजह ये है कि हम जिस चीज़ के बारे में बार बार सोच रहे हैं, हम डर के मारे सोच रहे हैं कि मुझे कल क्लास में प्रेजेंटेशन देना है, कल मुझे क्लास में प्रेजेंटेशन देना है, मैं हकला जाऊंगा, लोग हंसेंगे, मुझे बुरा लगेगा। तो हम डर के मारे सोच रहे हैं, इसीलिए बार बार सोचने के बावजूद वो चीज़ खराब हो रही है। लेकिन अगर हम बार बार सोचें और डर कर नहीं, बल्कि खुशी के साथ, पॉजिटिव फीलिंग के साथ, अच्छी फीलिंग के साथ, तो वो चीज़ और अच्छी होगी। एग्जाम्पल के लिए, मैं एक आदमी को जानता हूँ, रोज सुबह उठ के वो रियाज करता है क्लासिकल सिंगिंग का। तो वो 24 घंटे सोचता रहता है कि आज मुझे अहीर भैरव की प्रैक्टिस करनी है, राग। आज मुझको ध्रुपद धमार की प्रैक्टिस करनी है। तो वो रात में सो के जब उठता तो ये सोचता रहता है कि अभी मैं उठ के मैं ये फलाने राग की प्रैक्टिस करूंगा। और चूंकि वो डर के नहीं सोच रहा है, अच्छे ढंग से सोच रहा है, इसलिए वो अच्छी, उसकी प्रैक्टिस अच्छी होती है, वो अच्छा गाना गा पाता है। तो अगर हम प्रेजेंटेशन के बारे में डर कर सोचना बंद कर दें, तो अगर हम ये सोचें कि मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन अच्छा होगा क्योंकि मैंने मेहनत करी है, मैं हकलाया तो भी कोई बात नहीं, लोग शायद इसको फिर भी अप्रिशिएट करेंगे, तो हमें वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी। ठीक है। सो ये डर है जो तुमको बुरे परिणाम दे रहा है। बार बार सोचना नहीं, बार बार सोचने में कोई समस्या नहीं है, सिर्फ वो एक डर है। ओके, ओवर टू यथार्थ। यथार्थ।
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask that while asking questions to ourselves why we are doing
हम्म,
it and we don't find answers to that,
हम्म।
is that should we leave that action what we are asking about, or should like we have dig deeper into it and we still aren't able to find answers to it? So is that a negative thing and we should remove that thing from our life, or what should be a what should be our process after that if we don't find answers?
When you ask a question, your purpose should be to understand your behavior, not so much as to stop it.
Hmm.
Because sometimes when you understand a
हम्म,
behavior, it stops automatically if it is a bad behavior. For example, अगर मेरे को ये समझ में आ जाए कि मैं रोज शाम को क्यों ड्रिंक करता हूँ, तो
Hmm.
अगर मुझे ये समझ में आ जाए कि ऐसा मैं इसलिए कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरी वाइफ की डेथ हो गई थी 4 साल पहले, और मैं शाम को, मुझे उसको बहुत
Hmm.
ख्याल आता है, तो अगर मैं ये समझ
Hmm.
पाऊँ, तो ये व्यवहार अपने आप बदल जाएगा धीरे धीरे। तो अगर किसी किसी अपने किसी एक्शन को समझने में तुमको सफलता नहीं मिल रही है, यू आर आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस अबाउट योर एक्शंस एंड यू आर नॉट गेटिंग एनी आंसर, then sometime it's good to ask a mentor, a friend, or a expert. For example,
Hmm.
जैसे मैंने अपना एग्जांपल दिया, रोज शाम को मेरा ड्रिंक करने का मन करता है, एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ मैं, ऐसा है नहीं। अगर मेरा मन करता है और मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि ऐसा क्यों है, तो देन सबसे बढ़िया तरीका है कि मैं किसी काउंसलर से एक सेशन लूं और उससे पूछूं कि भाई ऐसा
Hmm.
क्यों हो रहा है मेरे को। तो पूरी, तो यकीन से मैं कह
Hmm.
सकता हूँ कि वो मुझे थोड़ी गपशप करके 2-3 सेशन बाद ये समझा पाएगा कि भाई आपके सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में ये प्रॉब्लम है, आप इसको दूर करिए तो ये भी ठीक
Hmm.
हो जाएगा। तो क्वेश्चन करने का मतलब
Hmm.
यही है कि अगर आप, तुम्हें खुद जवाब नहीं मिल रहे हैं, तो देन यू कैन आस्क ए गुड फ्रेंड और ए मेंटर और ए सीनियर पर्सन और ए काउंसलर। ठीक है, गॉट इट?
Got it.
यथार्थ, ओके।
Got it.
अच्छा।
Got it. Got it.
अच्छा।
Yes.
तो
Thank you.
वेलकम, वेलकम यथार्थ। योगेंद्र, आज का सेशन कैसा लगा?